Hello and welcome to the BossBodyBlog.com. I'm Bobe. Damn, that's a lot of B's, I just realized. Anyway, if you're here, chances are you're kind of interested in maybe having a body that you feel awesome about, you look good, you're strong, powerful, and you have a lot of energy. And, I know there's a big problem out there. A lot of the fitness material, there is a lot of it, is kind of like, it's not hard to find a workout plan. It's not hard to find a diet plan. But it neglects this human behavior side where you're trying to build a new habit and they just talk about what you're supposed to eat and how you're supposed to train. But what about dealing with all this resistance? What about not wanting to go to the gym, for example? That happens to me quite a lot. But I've found ways to work through that. So a little bit about me, I stay in pretty good shape throughout the whole year, especially in the summertime. But then I go on a 5-week vacation with my best friend and we eat and drink way too much and I come home and I don't really look the same as when I left. So I have to kind of rebuild the habit that I had before and gradually eat better, gradually train more and more, and to kind of like find my way back. So I've done that journey several times now and I've learned quite a few tricks here and there on how to do that. So I came back recently from our US coast-to-coast road trip where we sampled the finest fast food in the world. We drank way too much beer and I posted this before and after picture. You might have seen it at this point. And I posted it on Facebook and friends loved it and stuff. And then some people actually reached out to me and were like, dude, how'd you get in such good shape? I didn't know you were in such good shape. And I was very flattered, but I also saw this was an opportunity to share the stuff that I've learned through the years. And I kind of sent out this email to the people that reached out to me. But as I'm writing it, I'm kind of thinking, this email is not going to really make a difference. I mean, there's a lot of changes that have to happen in order for you to get to where you want to be usually. And this email is just not going to cut it. So if you're like me, you can't just get an email and go, oh, well, that makes sense. Now I know exactly what to do and how to get in shape. It doesn't really work like that. So I figured here's an opportunity to share exactly how I do it. Because again, if you're like me, you can't just read something, you need somebody to actually show you how to do it. So that's what this blog is all about. I'm going to share with you my journey to getting back in shape. You can follow along, you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I want to tell you that, I'm not a personal trainer, I'm not a nutritionist. I have been working out in the gym for about 10 years, on and off. And that on and off part I think is a good thing because that means that I've learned what it's like to be in there and then kind of quit again and or quit and then get back into it and have to relearn all the habits that you used to have. Or if you've never done it before, you got to start from scratch and you got to build these habits that you haven't done and you got to gradually get better at it, at working out, at eating better, and all those things. So I'm sharing everything that I'm doing here and I want to give you some free resources so you can get started right now if you want to. So if you subscribe right now, this is for guys and girls. It's coming from a guy's perspective, obviously, but these principles and tips and tricks that I'm sharing, it's for everyone. So I want you to subscribe, and what's going to happen is I'm going to send you a quick read ebook. It's basically about probably why you don't have the body that you want already. And if you can get started there, I think it's a good place because you kind of become aware of why it's not the way you want it to be. And then I have a 36-minute audiobook, which I want you to maybe throw on your iPhone or your smartphone, MP3 player, whatever. Head out for a walk and just listen to me ramble about fitness. I've got this kind of 5-step formula which walks you through, it gets you really clear on what you want and how you can get it. And at the end of that audiobook, I actually tell you where to go on my website. It's kind of like a secret URL, but you get to this website or part of the website and you get to go through this exercise and literally type in your answers and you get it emailed to you. So the idea again is for you to get really clear on what you want and how you can get it. So please subscribe and I'll see you on the other side.